Okay, so the party had last time discovered that the hydroelectric power plant is still in operation, not full operation, but enough. It's connected to a power transmission station where they found a bunch of curious objects and saw a flying car blasting terrible music, rocketing across the landscape before they got there. They have traced the transmission of power to pass through the town of Vigil and also north through Camp Stoic. They have come to Randy's Landing, as they call it, a little safe landing spot in the forest near Vigil. Matthew has gotten out and moved enough down the path towards Vigil to run into Peachy, your old friend who knows that you guys are not actually from around here. So you don't have to keep all the secrets from Peachy. And we have, let's see, I'll move Caro over here. We have Thomas, Matthew, and Sabrina ready to roll here. Let's see if I have my Randy's Landing map. Randy's Landing. Let's do it. Yep. And Sabrina's here. So you guys were going to investigate wherever the power conduit enters the village because you discovered there was an encrypted signal hiding inside the power signal carrying data to some location in Vigil. And I will let you guys take it from there if you're ready.
Yeah, so wait, if y'all know the way into Vigil, we're just gonna find ourselves a little spot where this thing's coming from. It's gonna be pretty essential for us to finish our mission here on this here planet. So if y'all can show us the way into town, we can figure out how to get the signal.
And Peachy knows the way, is that correct?
Oh, he lives there.
Oh, yeah. I'd be happy to show y'all where to get to.
Gonna get into some trouble.
Thank you. Oh, Vedva's here.
Hey, that was quick. How the heck? Oh, what is your password, Tim? Is it Peachy?
I got it. It was a cameo.
Oh, right. I would not have remembered that.
Are we also disguised, or did we?
No,
I
you
couldn't
guys don't have a disguise is an issue. You could potentially, I don't know if we're going to have Kichima and Cairo today, but we could borrow theirs.
Sure, if they'd be okay with that.
Well, they're not here to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. These ones, that one. There we go. Okay. So Sabrina should now, when you highlight her token with a right click, you have a bunch of buttons appear. The bottom right is a button that looks like two little screens. If you click that, you can actually disguise yourself
Nice.
as different. Let me remove some of these photo ones and get you some more token-based ones. But yeah, you've got some tokens that appear there. You can change your token.
Neat.
Like that. And let me... So you'll borrow... We'll say you borrow Kichima's holographic disguise. And we'll have Vedva borrow Caro's.
That's good.
That is the plan. Let's see. Files... Farmers... And we come down here, get this, this. Okay, now Vedva's got some choices of disguises too. She'll look like this crabby old lady. Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Wendy.
So it's established that like Ichi and Smucker can show us the way to into town.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Okay, let's go.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay. You guys begin the walk through the woods. You don't have to roll direction sense or navigation of any kind if you just trust Peachy to take you there.
Great, I
Yeah, I
do
don't see
trust
why
him.
not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Trusting fools all. Love it.
Yeah.
This. Okay. We'll come on over to this map. As you approach the village, you notice the humidity picks up a little bit, elevation drops, and you get kind of a thin fog, not quite this thick Foundry. Let's back that off a smidge. And you can see a village, and there is a wall, not actually a security wall. It's only about 4 feet high with flat top logs and a gate. And this looks like it's mainly to channel flooding and irrigation, not really a security fence. And the gate is wide open. And you can see people milling around in the village. They give you kind of a sidelong glance, and when they see Peachy, they sort of wave at him and continue. And it looks like they are all headed to one side of the village all at once. And Peachy knows it's about time for the sermon.
Oh, the sermon. Okay. Well, team, I switch back to my regular language for this. I think we can get a pretty good idea of like what their culture is by coming and watching the sermon. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that sounds like a solid idea.
Okay, let's.
Yeah.
Can you lead us to the sermon?
Oh, yeah. I do that. Oh, geez, I whipped my token out. Oh,
Sorry about that. There you go. Put you back in the pile here. Yeah, the village pretty much empties out. People leave their homes. You notice there's no locks on the doors. There's only storm shutters on the windows. The roofs are all very well cared for. You can see them being routinely repaired as it's a high rainfall, high moisture area. And they take really good care of this place. There is a stream running through the village, a freshwater stream. You can hear its calm little flow going past you as everybody heads over to the church.
Great, I'm gonna follow everyone to the inside the church.
Okay. Peachy
I'm
knows.
trying to
that
think
it's
if
this
there's
way.
anything on our way, like, into the church that we should be keeping an eye out for. And, like, I just want to double check with the party, but I don't think there is, right? Because we know it's under there. I'm just, like, I'm paranoid we're missing something. And that might be Thomas coming out, like, hyper-vigilant.
Well, if the signal's under there, then we probably can just go there, and then maybe after the sermon is over, we can take as many notes as possible about their culture during the sermon,
Yeah.
and then be able to get to the signal, which is underneath the church.
And then, as we're walking, do we want to, like, formulate a more specific plan? Because I feel like once we get inside, right, we're going to be surrounded by people. We can't really, like, talk in confidence very well.
Mhm.
Like, is someone going to, like, distract? Are we just going to, like, wait it out for 3 hours? Like, what's kind of the specific plan that we want to set up here?
Do you think one of us could peel away and go look for the signal while the sermon is going on?
Oh no, they had to use the bathroom. Could you give us directions?
Yeah, from the video, or the what we picked up before, I can't remember if it was audio or video. Did we get a sense of where? Oh no, I am remembering the audio from class. Do I know
is
that?
Matt knowledge. That is not Thomas knowledge. That you and
Good
Grandma both
fucking
have to
good.
separate.
I was about
Matt.
to get way
It's
ahead
been a
of
month and a
myself.
half. It's been a month and a half. So
Yeah.
It's been a month and a half. Jesus Christ.
in real life, since you guys saw that in real life, so
so
the players
then-
know
Oh my
things,
God.
characters don't. But
No,
you
cool.
can hear,
Gone. I'm good.
yeah, you can hear the singing in the church,
Yeah.
and Peachy can tell you that they're gonna sing for like 45 minutes. So if y'all are looking for something, like,
Then I think it would be prudent to ask Peachy. Are there any where? How do I put this? That signal, this way, is there anywhere in the church where there might be a weird sort of spot, somewhere you might not be allowed to go?
Tim, I got some messages for you on Discord. Tim is
Gotcha.
jumping into Peachy today without much campaign lore in his head, so I'm filling him in on the fly.
Yeah.
I think it's probably by the waterfall. If I had to guess,
Waterfall.
Peachy describes how to get to the waterfall from here, best of his ability.
Okay. Does one of us want to break off and do that? Like, it might be useful to just have somebody who's not attending the sermon while everyone's kind of occupied and have free reign of the place.
Just as an aside, there are some ruins under the church, but I don't think that y'all's predecessor was too interested in them, and folks don't like when you poke around the church.
What part of the church
Intriguing.
do people not like it when you poke around?
Generally underneath a ways.
And if one were trying to avoid going underneath the ways, what sort of places might they be avoiding?
I think I just have to mostly guess about that. I'll go down there.
Drat. Well, I feel like that's all the questions I have right now.
Well, I think somebody can peel away and go to the waterfall.
Mhm.
Who in our party would be best at that? Do you guys think?
Split the party, yes.
The town
Yeah.
is the town
Nothing
is
bad could
so
happen.
yeah, the town is so empty and trusting that
Hmm.
they are not at all watching
So-
what you guys are doing.
With the waterfall, like, what sort of skills do you think we would need?
Let's see. Peachy can tell you that the church is to the left and then hang a right over the creek, and the waterfall, the quickest way is to go up the hill to your right now. You can hear distant singing. So these arrows are where Peachy says the quickest way to the waterfall.
I think we could maybe pop in for the sermon after we go look at the waterfall.
Yeah.
Do we
That's
have
fine.
enough time for that? I think so.
Yeah, I think they're going to be going on for like hours.
Okay, let's go over to the waterfall.
Neat.
And if you need people to poke around for underneath ways, yeah, if you guys need to take notes for your classes and whatnot, I could go look wherever you need.
Okay. Let's go. I think I see the waterfall right there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, there's...
So I'll go ahead and start moving my token, if that's cool with everyone, if we're
Yeah,
locking
I
this
don't-
in. Up to
Yes.
the northeast.
Okay. Let me get my token.
Let me move.
Peachy will go with him to the waterfall.
Okay.
We're gonna find that signal. Is there anything like that I need to use to get that signal? I know
Yeah.
the
You can
Okay.
switch out if you've got a chemilizer, you can give me
Yes,
a
I've got a
physical
chemilizer.
science check.
yes. Okay. Physical sign. Wait.
Toby, are we cool to move all the way to the waterfall?
Definitely.
Okay, cool.
Peachy can take you to it, so as long as you're... Mandy, I don't think you've got to play much, but... Oh, you've got your disguise on again. Good.
Yeah, it's not letting me move my token. It says I can't while the game's paused. It says it's paused on the
Oh,
screen.
let me unpause, pause and unpause. Does that fix you? If not, you might need a browser refresh.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Okay, so I rolled a 23.
Okay, you activate your chemilizer looking for microscopic changes in the ionization of particles in the air,
Mm-hmm.
and you have it reading off a signal to you. And as you go up the hill, it switches to get a little more intense. And as
Okay.
it seems to get pretty strong right by the base of the waterfall here. Oops.
Okay, let me move my token.
Are
Uh-oh.
you guys climbing in the water or walking around the rocks outside?
Hmm.
I'm gonna
I
put
would
you up,
say
Sabrina.
at least Thomas walking around the side. I'm not like adverse to getting in the water. How intense is the river here?
This is a splash pool. The waterfall crashes down into like a 10 or 15 foot deep pool. You can see the bottom of it, so there's not much flow. It then goes into a creek that flows through town. The waterfall falling on your head here would be a lot of pressure, but probably not harm you.
And what would kind of like just ambiently being able to look at and see the water temperature? Would it like boil me alive? Like how hot is it?
It's a
Given
good
this area.
65 or 70 degrees. It's warm,
Okay, cool.
but not quite soupy warm.
Then yeah, I'm not adverse to hopping in if we need to, but
I'll hop
trying to
into
avoid
the
it.
water because the signal's just strongest at the base of the waterfall.
Totally.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I'm pretty
I
sure
have
it's
the
here
signal,
somewhere.
And what am I? I'm trying to think about what I'm looking for out here.
You can see that the stones go behind the waterfall a little bit. You would get soaked if you were to walk in there.
I don't want to get my chemilizer wet, you guys.
It's very waterproof. Works underwater even.
Oh, okay.
Up to a depth
well,
of
in
200
that
meters.
case, is there anything underneath the waterfall that I can go explore?
There is a pool here, a splash pool here.
Okay.
It looks like this is the primary source of clean water for the town of Vigil.
Okay. I'm curious now about like why the waterfall is like here. So is there like, can I roll perception? Or like why the signal's in the waterfall is what I mean.
Sure.
Okay. Uh-oh. Does anyone want to help me?
Yeah.
Yes.
How could I assist with this?
Uh-oh.
Wow. Okay.
That's rough.
Hmm.
No, it's
Dr.
over
Dawson,
here.
Perception roll as
you were
well.
amazed. This area,
Peachy, God bless you.
you're familiar with this region. When you were here 500 years ago, it was a just budding forest. It was nowhere near this thick. The temperature was not this high, and it was not this humid. So it's well out of norms, and you're just kind of taken aback by the way that your original intention was for this all to be just Kansas, you know, beautiful, fertile farmland. Instead, it's turned into thick, hot jungle. But it's livable, and they've found a way to live here. So you're sort of seeing your projects go down a path you didn't intend, but it's still successful technically.
Feels good, strangely.
Yeah.
I look at you, I pat you on the back and say, hey, good job, buddy.
It's
Okay, so we found the location of the signal in the waterfall. Does anyone want to get in and help me look for like where it might be going to?
Oh yeah, Matthew's out in the water. You're up to your chest in water here with the waterfall beating down on you. You're soaked head to toe, but really you're not a farmer in cloth gear. You are a person in waterproof, watertight space armor, so you're not really getting wet. Your head is a little bit, but
Yeah, that kind of sucks for me.
You do notice that Peachy's outfit is made of some local fiber, but it's designed to wick away moisture. His clothes get damp, but they dry off very quickly.
Okay.
I'll go in with you.
Okay. Come on in. Thank you.
Toby, do you mind if Chris listens?
Of course, have him hop in.
Cool.
All right. So, you two have, well, Peachy, you remember, and Thomas, you're following the path of where Peachy's pointing. Peachy, you
Yeah.
remember seeing the other guy go in this area. And Thomas, according to the scans that Matthew have picked up, you think that probably this waterfall, by the looks of the structure over the top of it, has sort of a cave behind it and might conceal a small room or area there.
Well, let's try to get in there, guys.
Yeah, I describe
Alright.
approximately where Randy used to go in there.
Okay, it was somewhere over in this neighborhood.
Right over here. Don't be afraid to get wet. Just water.
Follow him in.
Yep, no
Okay.
problem. Going for it.
As you guys step in the waterfall, you discover if you press your bodies flat up against the rock behind it, the water no longer hits you. There is a small 2-foot wide air gap at the back, and as you sidle sideways through this narrow little band of air, the waterfall is thundering in your ears, and you come across whoever's first. Looks like Sabrina's the first one sliding to her left. You put your hand on not rock, but perfectly flat metal.
No.
Can I
Right
roll,
here.
like... Would that be a computer's check? Or... Probably not.
You find a... Sabrina can actually roll computers. That's cool. But she finds the outline of a door and a access panel, which would
Woo.
accept her scrambled ID card. Yeah, you and Matthew
Scan the card.
carefully take out your card so that it doesn't get blasted out of your hand by the water and swipe it past. The door opens and a stairway down leads straight into the cliff face, away from the water. Let me get your
Okay,
card
let's go.
tokens, because you guys are disguised as hell. I have no idea who anyone is. It's great.
I'm the handsome one.
Oh, gotcha. That clears it right up. Thank you. As soon as you get away from the waterfall a couple of feet and take a couple steps down this stairwell, you are hearing strange noises, and you see a long hallway with sort of a grayish chunk of metal on the right and a perfectly matte black chunk of metal on the left and another over your head. And I'll give anybody who's a competent pilot a check.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh boy.
These are... How'd we do? Sabrina, you don't know what the hell these came from. Thomas, you're like, oh, this is from a CB-82, and this is from a Ducky Bird. These are old transport vehicles from hundreds of years ago, and these are their outer shielding panels that have been removed and used to bolster this little cave.
Gotcha.
And you guys enter the incredible secret of Randy's Obs bunker.
Ooh.
I gasp in shock and look over at this storage container.
At the end of the stairway, you see lighting. You feel air conditioning hit you in the face. It is a cool 68 degrees in here and not very humid. The door seals behind you. Peachy, you have never in your life felt these conditions. You stop.
What the
You feel
fuck,
kind of
Randy?
cold.
God.
My dad, is this heaven?
There is a desk full of computers and equipment. There is a storage locker, a bed, a active ventilation system, all of this pulled together from old spaceship parts. And it's a pretty comfortable little hideaway.
Oh, there's a meteorological reader inside his chest. I'm gonna just yoink.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
Is there-
music blaring on loop from the desk.
I'm gonna take the field kit. Is this Dua Lipa?
Yeah, might be.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you move your
Um,
token closer to the desk, you can hear it better.
Yeah, this is Dua Lipa.
It's the slowed down and reverb version of the mashup of Dua Lipa and Madonna, which is a remix of ABBA.
Matthew knows this because he loves human culture. So good. Love this song.
All right. Well,
Okay.
one of you volunteers to shut it off so the video doesn't get copyright.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
Or content copyright, yeah.
Peachy sits in the comfortable leather chair here.
You've never experienced such a feeling on your buttocks.
Oh my
You
good God.
feel as if someone has grabbed your buttocks in the most wonderful way and pushing on your lower spine. You feel that for the first time in your entire life, instead of doing backbreaking labor, someone is caring for your ergonomic posture and comfort.
Oh. What is this thing?
These are the noises that escapes a farmer sitting in a comfy ergonomic office chair.
I'm just
There's-
looking through the leftover stuff that he had and just seeing if I can use that for our project.
You find that
I'm
he's got a
doing the same.
backpack in here with many batteries in it. He has another holoskin bracer, which you guys can
Yeah,
steal
I-
for your use.
Yeah, I stole one so I can give the one I'm borrowing back when we leave.
I
There
just
you
took
go.
the stuff that would be useful to my job, so you guys can grab whatever else.
Let's see if we can steal one for Vedva also.
Yes.
Oh,
There, she's got it.
looks like his door over here is shut.
There's a locked storage locker back there, and you can see that his computers are on the login screen.
Can we try to figure out what his password was?
You guys could try to break in. You've got a couple computer experts.
Okay, let me do a computer check.
And really quick, the batteries. Do we know like what they would be used for?
Many energy weapons, your taser uses them
Okay.
for ammunition. The high capacity would be for a more powerful device like a jetpack or some other, maybe a mobile suit or a very heavy energy weapon.
So we should grab these.
They're valuable. They're all valuable.
Okay, I rolled a 26.
Okay. You find that Randy's password, as it has been elsewhere, is Cunning Linguist. And you log into his computers and see that he has a detailed PowerPoint with accompanying Excel spreadsheet on the Beatrice population data.
Perfect. Guys, I'm going to write down this population data.
Awesome.
You also hack into his audio journal, which includes 3 files, Randy's log, interview, and sermon.
Let's listen to this. Maybe there's some interesting cultural information here.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess since we're recording, we'll go ahead and do these so they're entered into the recording at large.
Yes. The things I wrote them out of character. I wrote them.
Graham's been waiting to play
Yes.
these. All right, so let's see. This is Randy's log.
Oh god, I sound so boring. Where's the background music on this thing? Ah, noir. There it is. Noir. There it is. God, it's hot. My toes are hot. My toes. How the fuck? I've hollow disguised as a pilgrim visiting each village. So far, that's been accepted. Though they seem Days are almost 96 hours long here. The terraforming didn't get the ball up to speed like it should have. All kinds of things failed here. And yet these people live. These folks hate tech. They hate medical science. They won't lift a finger to save someone's life when they're dying or sick. It's not quite a death cult. It's damn close at times. You get sick or hurt, they gather around you and sing you to heaven, which is immediately nonsense as they consider this land to be heaven. None of this food tastes good, but they think it does. What a perspective. They don't use sugar in the normal way. Everything tastes so unsweetened to a galactic taste bud. They have cupcakes that taste like dried cornbread. There's power in these lines. They've ignored or hidden any power lines, conduits, anything they've noticed in the past century. Many are still intact. I found a buried storage container right in the center of the main village, and I've converted it to my obs room. My last month here should be considerably more comfortable now. Sure, it's against procedure. But who's gonna fuck with me?
Okay, that is Randy's log.
Dang, he broke the rules, you guys. Well, that's okay, because we kind of have all this stuff because of it. Let's see, what else?
He also has an interview you can listen to and a sermon. Also, all these are separately recorded on YouTube. These are the things that Matt and Graham are having to meta separate in their brains. They heard them
Yes.
briefly a month ago, so.
I heard them because I wrote it out of character. Yes, let's keep listening.
Okay. I'm going to run the interview next. You guys listen to that. And this will take just a couple minutes.
Hello.
Wait a second. I have to... Oh, they're separated. One sec. Boop. That's minister only. This is Randy. Okay, so if I do this. and
Hello, I see you're the new applicant. Randy, is it?
Yes, Randy. Good to
Says you
meet
come
ya.
from the town of Providence, Randy. Is that true?
Yes, that is
You
where I
got
come
a
from.
wife, Randy?
No?
You really are too old not to be married, Randy. That's all right, though. There's lots of nice girls here for you. Girls that are upstanding, chaste, and have never touched technology in their lives. I can set you up if you want.
That sounds lovely. Sure.
Excellent. I got my little cousin. She will make a suitable wife. She can make the best cake in a cup of the entire world that I've tried. Basically, what you're going to be doing is keeping my books for me and also helping the locals with any questions related to the running of the church here. It's a pretty cushy job, but work is a virtue.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds great. I'm more than happy to do that. Before I, move along, of course.
Of course. I'm always pleased to see someone putting in the work of the Most High before the joys of toiling in the fields. It's a sacrifice, but I knew I saw the light of heaven in you from the second you walked in.
Yes, you saw the light in me, for sure.
I did. It's just radiating right out of you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I'm, not from the town, and I'm just trying to make sure I know the rules that I need to follow. Is there a specific dress that you want me to wear while I'm wearing in the job?
Yeah, so besides the typical virtues, the only rule is to not go into the basement. there's a lot of sinful things, devil's work down there. And just wait 1 second. I'm going to slip into the back and get you your robes now. Thank you. Thank you so much, Randy. We're really pleased to have you here.
Okay. That's the interview.
My goodness, who is that nice sounding fella in that
Alright.
recording?
Right, Graham.
Okay, let's listen to this sermon now. I click on that.
Okay. I'm going to cut off the sermon when it hits the music in the interest of saving time.
Cool. Thank you, Peachy. Everybody say thank you to Peachy, our most helpful little youth volunteer. Children like Peachy make me optimistic for the future. It seems as if our efforts to instill the good values in our society have been paying off.
I don't know about that.
Now, go join your parents, Peachy. That reminds me of a brief reminder. My daughter is being married this weekend to one of the hardest workers around here. You're here. You know who you are, huh? My wife plans on making at least 24 cakes in a cup for the reception. Very decadent. Be sure to be there to witness the Holy Union and the barn raising afterwards. Oh no, right. I gotta say the sad part now. As I was saying, the reason I'm looking to the children is because I believe an adult among us has gone astray. Children are so innocent, they would never do what I discovered someone did. As you all know, the reason we live very humble lives is because technology almost killed us all those years ago.
Wow.
There's things we all have to do to continue our lives in this paradise.
That's right.
You must keep your soul clean and pure if you want to see heaven.
Amen.
But this isn't to say that you shouldn't try to do your best by your neighbors here on Beatrice.
Yeah.
And by do your best to your neighbors, I mean not to unleash the primordial evil of technology upon them.
The devil!
It's a pretty easy ask, if you ask me. Technology, it erases the very mission of the faith, which is for the natural and good causes of death, to carry us home. We must continue to live so that we can prosper as a society, and technology is a threat to all of us when we encounter it. Which brings me to what I need to say today. My wife and I were bringing some crates into the back office a few days ago when I found the basement door wide open.
Oh, heavens gracious!
My reaction exactly. I was just so shocked. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, and I'm not naming names. It almost doesn't matter so much as who did it, as it does that someone did. Ancient technology is staying ancient for a reason. I want you all to understand that. Unless you want us all to die and go down to hell, it is the work of the adversary that we are fighting here. And as tempting as it is to behold it, I know I felt that siren call many times myself, but I stayed strong. You must stay pure and focus on what really matters, which is the crops and the animals. I do have good news, though. Whoever broke in didn't touch anything. I saw some footprints on the dust down there, but I really would have only considered getting anyone in trouble if they actually touched it. There was a fine layer of dust over everything, untouched yet except for the ground. But I will remind you this, it'll be our doom if anyone were to turn anything on down there. Anyway, perhaps now let us turn to our hymnals, page 204. We shall give thanks to the Holy One for blessing our harvest this year.
As the recording fades into music, Thomas, give me a pilot check. Or anybody who's a good pilot. Some of the
Once
gear.
again.
There you go. Some of the gear on this. Yeah, you don't have to lord it over him, but you can if you want to. Oh,
I think Matthew might.
Doctor.
Having a
yeah,
rough time.
Yeah. Sabrina's. I don't recognize this gear, but Thomas, you do. It is. You and Matthew put together that a lot of his computing equipment on this desk is salvaged from old spacecraft. In fact, he has a much more sophisticated scanner array attached to this facility, much more sophisticated than the stewardess has.
Yeah, and how tough would it be to retrieve this equipment?
That'd be a bit of an operation, but you think you could do it given time? Like you could upgrade the stewardess's scanners with this, or you could. They're plugged in and active right now. Although they're not actively pinging anything.
I look at Thomas and say, we need to do that.
Yeah. Before we try to dismantle anything, is there anything else, like looking at the scan, looking what it's targeting, that we could try to pick up?
Yeah, you could. Let me pull us back to the area map. You are here in Vigil, and you could focus on any sort of like 10-kilometer radius area you wished. Let me give it a template here. Boom, 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 like that.
Okay.
Ooh.
You could
Basically
sort of focus
anything
wherever
in the
you want.
immediate area. Yeah, I let the party know, and want to
You can move it across the
brainstorm
river,
for any of
too.
our- Okay, good amount. Well, yeah, there's Swamp of Sickness and everything. Quick refresher on what our immediate objectives are to see what we should stand for, unless anybody knows for
I
sure of like, let's do
think
this, let's do that. Yeah.
Pitchima had them. Where can we find them as like players?
The objectives I will reiterate on behalf of Kitchima. Let's see. I'll actually just
Yeah.
share her document into the mission directive. Boom. So if you check
Cool.
in chat, click on that, you can see that she was looking for 6 different types of data. And
We have-
quite a few of them you have, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing I took a lot of cultural notes while listening to the interview and the sermon.
Yeah.
We need their genetic health. Can we get that from Peachy and Smucker?
You could actually. You could
Cool.
take blood samples and DNA samples from Peachy and Smucker and
How would we do that? I have a
Construct that data.
chemolyzer.
The hell does any of that mean?
Well,
put your finger in here, boy.
can I do that? Like, what do I have to roll?
Give me a what is it in this game? Medicine check? Yeah. Who's good
Probably
at medicine?
Not me, so someone else has to do it.
Got that one. Hopefully. Okay.
Oh, 27. Yeah, Dr.
Yes,
Dawson.
Thank you. Yes.
Dr. Dawson is more than capable of taking a basically very limited biopsy for genetic information from Peachy. And
what do
normally
we
you
need? We need
normally
a blood
you would
sample
want
for that?
it takes one. Peachy, you feel just a tiny little pinch on your finger as it takes a basically microscopic blood sample from you and analyzes the heck out of it. You see Dr. Dawson can immediately realize that if this were 500 years ago and you were checking on the community 2 or 3 generations in, you would want a dozen samples from different areas. But Peachy is the product of 500 years of life here. So there's a lot more genetic information just in his sample than you probably needed.
Awesome.
I sigh with relief as I realize we've gotten everything, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nailed
Well,
it.
guys, let's get... Oh, we need to go back for those people that we had.
You could also try to... who has the ability to unlock this door? Actually, give me another computers check. I don't even remember how I set this up for Randy, but I made his choices. Yeah, you guys get on the computer and realize you can I'm going to just let you do it this way because it is an electronic lock. You hear the lock open. And Matthew sprints into the closet as soon as the door's open.
No going back in the closet.
And you find a number of objects. You find a
Ooh.
absolute compass, which is a compass that can not only find the magnetic north of the planet, but you can give it a biopsy sample of a creature, and within a certain range, it can track its way towards that living creature. You find an auto grappler, which is a tethering device. Think Batman's little grappling gun.
Mm-hmm.
You find some strange boots. You don't know that they're called Falcon boots, but they are beautiful blue metal with gold filigree trim. They're rather striking looking, and they alter your own gravity. They provide personal gravity and allow you to walk up walls. There is a hat of disguise again. Actually, let's have a engineering check if somebody's got it. I know some of
Let
you.
me do that.
I'm an engineer. Just
Are
kidding.
you really? Okay, Peachy. You calm down.
For sure he is. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, Dr.
Oh
Dawson
my goodness.
and Matthew agree. Most of these objects are not from Beatrice. Some of these are magical tech. Some of them are basically alien to this planet. This ring of sustenance is purely a magical item. There's nothing tech about it. It feeds you and reduces the amount of sleep you need. It is just a magical item. It's definitely not from Beatrice. And it's a metal that doesn't occur here in very high frequency. And there is a sword. A strange, long, heavy
Runeblade.
sword. And it is also a strange magical creation. A lot of metallurgy skill went into it, but nothing like space tech.
Yeah.
Well, let's be civil and
Oh, boy.
decide which one we like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Ring of Sustenance, but everybody else just go crazy.
Oh, wow. So it's be civil while Matthew gets his item, and then...
Look, I'm the magic one present right now. I'm going to take it.
That's some magic. Just trying to get close
Well,
enough
there's
to
more magic
click on the
stuff.
box. Close enough to click on the box.
Click on the box, click take.
Yeah, it just wasn't working a second ago.
You have to be close to it, I think, is the way that mod
Yeah.
works. Oh, hell yeah, Vedfa's grabbing the sword. Love it. Dr. Dawson looks forward to walking on walls.
It just sounds like a lot of fun.
What about
Always
you,
wanted to be
Thomas? What
Spider-Man.
are you gonna get?
Don't think I can fit. Can I fit in the room?
Oh, yeah,
Let
you
me
can
get
stand on
out.
top of each other.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that there. Yeah, yeah. Definitely the auto grappler, and I'm gonna go with the compass with my piloting as well. The hat of disguise, I'm not. Well, actually,
It does the same thing as a holo bracer, but it does so with magical energy instead of technical power.
then I'm all right. I'm not super torn up about that guy.
Okay.
I'll take it so we don't leave it there.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we've done everything on this planet, I think the last thing that we have to do is, well, Dr. Cairo is not here with us right now, but I believe she wanted us to go back for the and untie the people at the power plant,
Yep.
if I'm remembering correctly.
They are
We can
on your ship. Locked
they're
up
on our
in
ship.
the
Okay.
single bedroom of your ship.
Well, let's go to the next planet. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
No, I mean I think we're set here. There's really
Okay.
nothing else. I'd
Okay.
like to get this
Cool.
equipment out of Randy's office.
Okay. Did you want to use
Okay,
the scanner
yes.
before you unplug it?
Say that again.
Did you want to use the scanner before you unplug it?
Not
We
if we're
should
not
do.
scanning for anything. I don't think, what else do we need from here?
Nothing.
then I think Thomas is just fully like, let's just get it and go. Let's get out of here and
Did
see
you know
you
that,
here.
Thomas? Did you know? Were you
Mm-hmm.
aware? Were you here when there were? We saw that there were other people on this planet too.
Yeah, I at the power plant they drove by. I'm really
Okay.
That's weird, but I'm not concerned. They didn't seem like, whatever, man. Like weird people doing weird things. It's strange to see sort of more like contemporary people out here, but I literally couldn't care less.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Peachy and say, well, you were very kind. We appreciate you giving us your blood and your time and your
You're keeping the
kindness.
blood? What are
Is
you
there
going?
any? I just took a little bit. We just took, not. Don't worry about it. Is there anything we can do for you before we leave?
Are you gonna come back and visit?
I look around.
Oh,
Sure.
Sure.
no, that's all right.
Well, we can give you a gift before we leave.
Who like what?
Let me look in my inventory.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know. Just want to. I look at Thomas. I just want to be nice. I feel bad. This guy's given us so much stuff. He gave us food. Do you want something to eat?
No, that's all right. I come with you. I cast Wall of Fog 4 times a day. I'm great. I'm
You
real
want to come
useful.
with us?
I don't think there's a whole lot going on here.
Well,
You want to leave your planet. You want to leave home and come back with us.
Yeah, maybe just for a while. I come back here anytime. Ain't nothing changing.
I trust him.
I've been
Group
here my
huddle.
whole life, and
Let's-
there ain't nothing different. I'm real useful.
What skills do you have?
Well, they don't let me use any of my. They make me suppress my own power, but
Okay.
I got a little bit of medical, a little bit of a health helper.
I look at
That
everyone.
is
My,
useful.
I feel, and I say in our language, I feel really bad for this guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't he just come along? We have more than enough food for everybody.
Yeah.
Be fine with
The
it.
ship's gonna be pretty crowded though.
That's okay. Look, we will never ever get bored. He's gonna have lots of stories. We speak his language.
And
It's
having more
true.
medical help.
Yeah.
Fully logistically, Toby, with all the people we're bringing aboard, which is like 4 or 5 now, how is that gonna affect our travel?
There's already nowhere to sleep if you take those 3 captive insurgents with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, where,
You guys
where
were-
are we
that was
putting them?
Dr. Bari's idea, and I don't know
You
what
guys were
her,
sharing 4 people sharing a bed?
Um,
And how long is the trip back?
Prisoners at the bottom of the lake.
I mean,
That's an
like,
option.
I'm down. I think I've made that very clear.
I just don't want to be anywhere near them. I don't care where we put them, but preferably not near Vedva and myself, considering
this
they
is gonna
tried to
cause-
kill us.
this is gonna cause problems with Dr. Bari because she wants to bring them along.
I wasn't sure if she wanted to bring them along or just like free them from where they were. Like,
I
did she want
guess
to
we
keep them
can-
with us?
I don't want to set them free because then they're gonna.
Right.
Oh, this is a bad.
Yeah,
Bad
no,
situation.
I think we can't take them prisoner. I think it's just logistically not
Okay.
feasible, and they can't
Hello.
roam free. So
So, Kitchima, we got everything that we needed from this planet, and we're about to take off.
Okay,
now,
sounds good.
Right now, we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do with the prisoners.
Okay. Is there a way to take them to some authority?
we don't really have much in the way of we couldn't hold nobody like that. We're peaceful people.
And yeah, we're gonna take Peachy with us.
Okay.
There's
Sounds
no way to
awesome.
Kitchima, we're
like.
getting a
I
lot of
apologize
background
for all
noise
the
from
noisy
you.
stuff, by the way. Hey,
Yeah.
Becca.
There's no way to
Um,
like
I'm
disguise them
waddling over
and
to my dorm.
have
I
them live
stayed with my
virtuously.
friends last night because the dorms weren't open.
Yeah,
I dropped you into another channel because we can't play with that much background noise. Jump in when you've got a handle on it, please.
Yeah.
Okay. So, there is a communicator alert going off for some of you. I don't know if you have your stuff on vibrate or silent, but when you're in disguise, you definitely don't have it ringing.
Yeah.
But if anybody's got their phone on vibrate, that is a buzzing.
Take a look.
And how do I open that?
You can answer it. You see it as a ping from the stewardess.
Okay, I'll answer it.
Okay. It is from Dr. Bari, who says, the Acorn's crappy sensors say there is a large discharge of energy to the east, but that's all I know. Just thought you'd want to know.
Guys, let's get into the ship and let's check out what that is. I'm sure it'll be easier if we fly.
The scanners here are superior to the ones on the ship.
Okay, well, let's just
Yep.
use the scanners.
If
Okay.
there's some sort of like anomaly before we leave, I think it's prudent to check it out.
Okay. That will be a... In this case, it's going to be a computers check because he has it wired into the computers.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
no.
Not a nat one.
Oh,
Not the nat
no.
one.
We're doing
can I
great.
roll computers and untrained?
Sure.
Am I there
Whoa.
to roll computers?
Holy
You are back
shit.
on the ship.
Damn.
But yeah, you can also roll me a computer check if you want to use the ship scanners. Dr. Bari picked up something.
I'm not at my laptop. Can you just click the thing for me?
Sure.
Cool.
All right.
I'm frightened
Jesus.
at the laughter.
Peachy. No, we're laughing because literally everyone in the party. Let's take an inventory of these rolls here. This is impressive. We have
Peachy
a
is
1.
the best at computers.
We have a 6. We
Just
have
kidding.
a 2. Vedva has a 12 with no skill in computers. Peachy has a 3 with no skill in computers. The 12... Actually, the 13 is as good as we get. Sabrina, there is a huge energy discharge on the east side of the river somewhere, and you're unable to pinpoint it because there's 5 people pushing buttons, including a farmer.
Looks like it's coming from over there.
Kitchima
General direction.
can talk to you on the communicator, no problem, as if she's here, and she is seeing the same thing, that there's an energy discharge to the east. It's what Dr. Burry sensed.
It's literally the last thing we have to do before we get off this planet, and also to figure out what we're going to do with these captives.
Yeah.
So,
Check it out.
let's get in the ship and go. Well, are we going to use our scanners? Because we've got to cross the river then.
How much time would it take to disassemble the scanner and take it with us?
You think you could do it in as little as a few hours, but you would need to haul a lot of heavy gear in and out of this town without disturbing the locals, who, based on the sermon you heard, they would probably impede you.
Yeah, I don't...
But they are
But they
humans and they
are
go to bed at
in-
night.
And they are at the sermon right now. We got a good couple of hours where they're
True.
all in a building.
Peachy figures.
Damn sermon goes on forever.
I say we just go for it. Get it out through the town. Take our chance
Okay.
now.
Give me
instead of
just
waiting.
engineering check. Try not to roll as terribly as you guys just did.
Yeah, no, I feel like I got it
I
out.
did... That's not bad. I mean...
Poop
I
got you
call
bad,
that a 10.
In this game, getting a 10 allows you to assist other people's. However, getting a 7, as Vedva has done, counter assist. You kind of get in the way too many cooks in the kitchen. So Thomas
that.
gives +2 to Matthew. Vedva immediately takes it away, and Dr. Dawson shoves them both aside and actually helps.
Nice.
So Kitchima and Dr. Bari have to wait a few more hours. And let's see how well you guys do with a stealth check at sneaking quite a lot of equipment out of this primitive town.
I'm
So
not
that's
rolling
a
that.
stealth from him.
You've gotta.
It's a 19.
I have to? Okay.
You gotta.
Fuck me.
Thomas will sort of guide all of you. Ooh.
God damn.
Good lord, I'm bad at this shit.
You're not
Okay, me
making
too.
you're not making a strong case for why we should bring you.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I can stay. That's alright.
Remind me, how do I pull up my character sheet?
Double click your token.
Double click your man.
Peachy, roll me a diplomacy
Yes.
check as you are spotted by several locals who left the sermon to go pee.
Oh, howdy. Is Talking Tom doing his thing again? I just gotta...
Peachy, what is that crap you're carrying? What are you doing? Get in the sermon and get the Lord in your life, you little piece of shit.
Well, this is a paper mache display for next week's sermon. I gotta get ahead on it so I could help in a church. It's just official church business. I'll be right there.
He looks at you and clearly questions. He's very suspicious, but he has to pee so damn bad that he runs off to the outhouse.
I cast a memory lapse on him.
Oh, shit. I
Excellent.
forgot you could do that.
He makes a DC 14 will save, or he forgets that he saw me and we had this interaction. Forgets everything that happened last round.
Wow, okay.
He makes it, I kill him.
He looks very confused, and actually he doesn't even... The thing about this is you are part of his community. He does not will save versus you. He accepts whatever you just did. They do have subtle magic here. They'll use magic to make it rain a little more, or make it stop raining, or help lift a heavy thing. They're fine with using light magic for things like that. They just don't believe in medical uses for it. So you cast a spell on him. He looks kind of confused and goes, God, I've got to pee. And he runs off.
How's that for a strong case?
There you go.
Nicely done.
Reach out to give him a high five.
Yeah. Mind wiping your community. You're in.
Well, it's wouldn't have it any other way.
That's right.
Well, that was close.
Yeah, given that it was damn close. GM, can I make the argument that with my quick movement feat, as long as I'm not like overloading myself with trips, I could be moving this equipment a little quicker?
You do, but I would counter-argue that you are their only hope at being stealthy at all. I'm kind of going on Thomas's 19 being like, hey, don't go over there. Go this way. Shh, get down.
Yeah.
Don't step on that. Damn it. Like, you are guiding them.
My tactical upbringing.
You just innately go, oh, don't step there.
Yeah.
And the party is buoyed a little bit by your stealth expertise. You get this stuff out of here about as quick as you think you can. Sabrina and Vedva are both, you notice, pretty heavily military trained. They're very efficient. They carry heavy stuff without complaint. And they're quite resourceful. And your team is pretty capable also. And Peachy is a lifelong farmer who never imagined doing anything more fun than plowing a field. So he's a hard worker too.
Totally.
You get pretty good results here. You get the equipment out. I am going to open up the stewardess here and take a look at Starship scanners. And you bring these back to the ship, I presume?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How difficult would it be to actually get this installed, right? If it's a scanner, does it use kind of our same equipment but with a better like terminal? Or is
you
like
adapt
the
it.
scanning apparatus replaced?
It's the actual device that emits the different pulses, the lenses that take in the signals, the whole thing you add it. It'll take you another hour or two to rig it up to the ship. But the current sensors are literally called by Starfinder cut rate sensors.
Yeah.
So that's what you've had. And if I look at these, you now have the next level up from that garbage, which is budget medium range
Cool.
sensors. Huge
I'll take
upgrade.
it.
Huge upgrade. And you can test them out with a computers check from the Acorn itself. And Peachy, you are brought aboard an alien environment. It is noisy. The air is strange smelling, smells kind of like metals and plastics, which are new smells to you. And it is kind of strangely oppressive and claustrophobic. Although you see Dr. Barry waving at you. She's a nice lady you've known for a while now. And everyone here seems pretty comfortable. And they immediately start hooking up different equipment and testing it out.
Tim was AFK.
I'm so sorry.
That's totally fine.
I had
We'll
to
go
run.
back to this map and you can, let's see, we have a 27
We are
computers
now-
check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks,
Your
Thomas.
new scanning
Mhm.
radius is much bigger and much more accurate. And on this
That is,
side of the
like,
river,
double the size.
you well, these are the scanners that you used at Randy's Landing. So
Yeah.
aiming them here, you can instantly on the scanner actually see the power conduit route. These yellow lines are very real to you on the map now. And you want to move it to the east side. Is that the plan?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're gonna go
absolutely.
wherever the blast of energy
Okay.
was.
The blast was this neighborhood, so you move the scanner over there. And Thomas, based on your knowledge of these things, someone just used a small tactical weapon of mass destruction in Camp Stoic.
Holy shit.
I don't know.
Yeah. That
And the scanners also pick up that there is a vessel, there is a starship of a much larger class than yours at the Swamp of Sickness right now. It is landed.
Okay. Initial impression before I reveal that to everybody.
Okay.
I don't want to get involved. I gain this information and immediately I do not want to get involved. I know that some of my party might feel differently.
Jeez.
So I would actually like to withhold the specifics of the information. And
The only
take
other
us in
party
to
that-
investigate from a distance.
Okay. The only other party that has access to this, based on where you guys usually sit, is Matthew.
Yeah.
I just like cover my mouth and look over at him
hmm
and then look back and just go like, oh shit to myself.
Kind of like to the side. How likely is it that I can notice Matthew picking up on this?
Well, you know how this ship works, and you know how the readouts work, so you instantly know Matthew's looking at the same scan data you are. And
Gotcha.
Matthew is not the same training as you, not military, but he's very sharp. He knows his way around a starship, so...
So then I'd like to, kind of lock eyes with Matthew and just kind of give you a signal to just kind of like play it down a little bit. And I call out to everyone like, all right, well, let's take a look, but not really expecting to see a whole lot from the air. And I'd like to do the same maneuver we've been doing of taking the ship up past, the clouds and back down rather than zipping through the sky.
Let's get back on the area map real quick. And the stewardess is here. And let me make sure you are listed. Yeah, Captain is Kitchema, pilot is Thomas. Sorry, what's that, Tim?
I just rolled a sense motive check for Peachy being in the same room as people concealing the fact that weapons of mass destruction are being used on his home planet, and I rolled a 1.
Natural 1. So Peachy's like, all right, cool, yeah, everything's fine. These guys seem like they know what they're doing.
I don't initially get the same, like, I don't know what our... I keep asking Kitchema for our prime directive, so my reaction to this is just like, oh, Jesus, like, would it be against our prime directive to interfere in this? But I want my reaction is I want to help. if we can, but I also am aware we have somewhere else to be.
Kitchima, are you logged in yet?
I'm getting my laptop ready right now. Could someone get me up to speed? I was doing something real fast.
We got into Randy's kind of like hidden office, took stock of everything, took his, leftover equipment, got some better scanning hardware, heard some audio logs he recorded from the town. Basically got like everything we came here for, and on our way out, we noticed an anomaly which seems to be something significant that went off on the other side of the river. And currently, myself and Matthew are not giving the party the full scope of what we saw.
Okay.
Can I do a...
Was it in relation to was the origin from the natives or the Limp Bizkit people, or did we handle the Limp Bizkit people?
We have not handled the Limp Bizkit people. The Limp Bizkit people are unhandled. And just, are you asking in character or meta?
I'd kind of like to save that quote.
Because I'll give a response for one or the other. I'm totally cool with that.
The Limp Bizkit people are unhandled.
I would say in character.
In character, Thomas is still totally trying to keep it on the down low.
Thomas, do you have any skill in deception?
It wasn't a methane explosion, I can tell you that. But
Does Thomas
we'll
have
have
any
to
skills in this area? He might.
In deception.
Yeah,
type.
like bluff or.
I have operative's edge, trick
yes.
attack, evasion, and
You should roll
quick
bluff.
movement. Bluff.
Kitchima
okay.
should roll sense motive. I'll roll it for you if you're not logged in yet. Let's see.
Oh,
that's
skills.
gonna be
not-
tough.
Yeah,
Kitchen-
no, I'm definitely like very
Sweating?
clearly talking around the subject.
Ooh.
The whole time I'm just like holding my head in my hands because I can't believe you're like gonna suggest we just move on from like weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah. We'll just take a quick look at it. It doesn't seem like it's anything that we need to get involved with, but let's just take a look.
It's taking a bit to load. Yeah.
And it's just incredibly transparent. Something has Thomas very, very rattled.
Hey, we should probably investigate this.
It's weapons of mass destruction.
What?
Look, we don't know that for sure. Okay, there's a lot of discrepancy. We're working with new equipment here.
Well, we should take a look regardless. Let's go.
Look, we don't have to get too close, but we'll take a quick look.
Let's go.
Given all of this, I'm not like super concerned with flying up past the atmosphere.
Okay.
If I can push the ship to just like make a beeline over there, I
Okay.
will.
You can do that. Can you? I just want to test something in Foundry, Matt. If you would click on the stewardess itself.
Yeah.
And do you see buttons at the top left that say weapons, crew action, shields?
I do.
Go to crew actions. Pilot
Yep.
is your line, and just click a fly check, and it should.
Hell yeah.
A Thomas Sachanik.
So
fucking
that
natural
is
20.
a nat 20.
How do you want to
35.
rocket out of here? You.
Just
You're like,
directly
Boundary
should
is
be like
not working for me.
5 feet over the tree line. Like I just want to get over there. No, wait, actually, that doesn't make sense. I'd like to go pretty, not like flying up into the atmosphere and back down.
Okay. Not full stealth.
Full stealth, no. But pretty high in the air.
Okay.
Below the cloud line. I'd like to see what we're doing. If I'm reading the situation right, of WMD going off, I don't want to get too close.
Okay.
But I'd like us to be at an altitude where we can get a scope of things pretty well
right.
without
Totally.
having to get too close.
Matthew, give me a computer check. Sorry, who was that? Go ahead.
Sorry. That was me. Let me give you the computer check. I need to click on my token again. Well, okay. Sorry. I was looking at the ship. Okay. Was that computer check or engineering
Yeah.
check?
Computer check's fine.
Okay.
You get in the air. Thomas gets the ship in the air in record time. He seems to really have the pulse of this little turd. And he finds a path through a low valley. You're pretty sure the chances of anybody seeing you from the villages are minimal. And you rocket across the water over the lake towards Camp Stoic. And just visual from a distance, you can see a plume of black smoke rising up into the air over the village. And long-range scanners indicate higher than normal heat levels, some surface cratering. They're picking up a large crater, maybe 20 meters in diameter in the center of the town, and multiple fires.
Okay, so I look at everybody and I'm like, guys, do you realize how bad it looks if they find out we were here and we got all our data and we got everything and then something exploded? So I describe what I see to them and then we just flew away.
I think that looks fine. We're not trying to get involved, and we weren't over there, so it's not our fault.
Oh my God, what is happening down there?
Okay, but think of
See,
it this
look,
way, guys.
the local's upset. He wanted to
Jesus.
come with us. Now's the time to go. Like,
Lord in hell.
let's get it out of here. Come on,
By
buddy.
My
the
uncle
time-
lives in that town. We gotta go look.
By the time the research is done, they're gonna notice that there was a friggin' weapons of mass destruction incident on this planet, and then they're gonna be like, you guys were there during that time, so why didn't you do anything?
Why are
Okay,
y'all arguing about
I
the
think
ethics
we
and people's
should get
died?
involved.
You
Say
think
that
they're
again,
gonna
Andrew.
Like, if our prime directive is to not interfere with this planet, then we should also probably try to prevent others from interfering with this planet because it is part of a research
This
project.
planet's
that we-
already been interfered with. Do you see
Preventing
that
harm.
smoking
I
crater?
know. I
Prevent further
understand
harm.
that.
Look, I already failed this planet once. I really don't want to fail them again.
That's fine. You
Take
are
a
not my
vote.
responsibility. We can drop you off. I gotta get home.
God damn. Okay. Well, we can just take. It's gonna look real bad on us if we don't. So, let's just take a quick look.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we could do. Does anyone have any ideas of what we could do?
Well, it depends on what we find.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
These
are
new
we like
scanners,
for
you
sure?
could get more information from
Mm.
a closer look if you wish.
Yeah, let's use the scanners. That's part like if I clip on the stewardess, right?
Yeah, you can run the scanners. Let me see if they're a crew action. Bum, bum, bum. Magic officer is Dr. Bari, can do a scrying. The science officer
That's me.
can do a. Well, I have you in. Where are you in the crew?
I'm at the pilot's.
Oh, I have you as engineer, but
Oh, I'm a part of
probably
engineer.
I should
Okay.
switch you in Sabrina.
Well,
Sabrina's
I
more of
got-
an engineer anyway.
I got
Yeah, that way.
quick fix and then overpower.
Okay, Sabrina is engineer. Matthew is science officer.
Methodology is not working for me at all. I cannot see a thing.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I booted it up, I loaded into the game, and it's just a black wall. Like,
How long has it been sitting on that? It might sit on that for 30 seconds to a minute. If it's been a while since
a
you've logged
long
in.
time.
Okay. You might have to hit refresh and give it another.
I've tried that. It's just not going.
All right. We might have to troubleshoot you later then. I'm sorry. I will throw up a stream here in Discord so you can
Thank
see from the OBS computer.
I'm gonna switch to my laptop.
Yeah, and
I can stream
Remember-
my perspective if the observer computer can see more than the players should be able to see.
No, the observer computer can actually see less than you guys. So if you would stream Tim, that would
Okay.
be helpful.
Oh, sure.
Oh my gosh. It's starting to go. I still can't see the map.
Okay, give it a second. If you haven't logged in a while, I can do that. Okay,
There we
so
go.
where were we? You guys were going to do a scan.
Yeah, so what do I do?
I think you might just... Oh, scan is the very last option for science officer.
Okay, science officer. We can do a little scan. Oh,
Okay,
shit.
that's not terrible. It's a little above average.
Bit
You...
wimpy.
No, it's okay. As you guys are... Thomas, are you going to position it a little closer? You should be able to move the
Yeah.
stewardess. Tell me if you can't. You guys have to be careful
Yeah.
you don't fight over it. Generally, I'm going to let Matt do the moving because he is the pilot.
Yes,
Let's-
move it.
I'm trying to think of precisely what I want to do here. Do we have like a general location, or a more like how precise of information do I have of where this occurred?
The crater is right here at the center of this circle over Camp Stoic, right in the middle of town.
Then I would definitely like to position kind of over here, further
Okay.
away from towns, if possible, still
Sure.
over the water, where people are. Actually, I'll take us more by the Swamp of Sickness, where I feel like people aren't going to be directing their attention. People are generally going to be looking west.
Matthew,
Yeah.
please give me a second scan check. Your first scan check passes over Camp Stoic.
15.
And what you're seeing is perfect pattern bombardment. It does not look like the explosions originated on the ground. It looks like a craft, a starship, an aircraft, something like that, buzzed
Limp Bizkit.
over that to cause this devastation. The little car you saw flying around is a bit small. Whatever weapon was dropped in the center of town was big enough to cause a very large crater. So,
Yeah,
something
why would anyone
carpet
be out
bombed the
here? What would they be doing here? Why would they be doing this here? This seems insane.
Well, can
and
we
your
look?
second scan is that you
yes.
pick up 2 craft at the Swamp of Sickness. One is barely emitting any sort of signature at all. It looks like a shipwreck from a long time ago. And I would like a engineering check from Sabrina when she gets a sec. And the other craft is in high orbit over
Oh,
the
come
Swamp
on.
of Sickness. Sabrina, well, 10 is barely enough, and you don't auto-fail skills in this game. So even though you've rolled a natural 1,
good.
you're looking at
It's like my
that
fourth one today.
shape. You look at the shipwreck, and you go, that
Can
looks vaguely
I do
familiar.
An engineering check?
Who was that?
Me.
Vedva?
Kachima.
Sure. Looking at
I was
this,
about to do one, and now I'm like, you're good.
looking at this data, Kichima, you're like, that is an ancient, crashed shipwreck from centuries ago, probably Sabrina's time. And that in orbit is a transport ship that is running no outward communications beacon. It did not signal you, did not radio you. It may or may not know that the stewardess is here. Kitchum is calculating all of this in her head. And Kitchum, the conclusion you come to is pirates.
Space pirates, got it.
Space pirates. They're not talking. They're not saying hello. They're flying through the area. They're indiscriminately damaging local populace. And they are checking out a shipwreck, probably hoping for equipment or supplies.
I knew we'd come back to space pirates ever since
you thought
you
I was
mentioned
kidding.
You said you were kidding. I'm like, there's definitely something going on.
Space
I think
pirates.
Michaela made her sense motive on Toby that day, and I'm fine with that.
Wow. So, this is a bit of more of a question, because none of us are really. I mean, besides, I guess, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think we need to make a quick decision, and there are two directions we could go. We could go back down into the Swamp of Sickness, see why someone, perhaps a forward party, went there. And then the alternative is going north, way north, and seeing what's up with this ship in the air and getting a better look. But that means we're losing time, we're flying out of the atmosphere, and we're headed towards a confrontation we might not be prepared for.
Did you say that the ship looked familiar? I couldn't quite hear.
Yeah, Sabrina, the ship on the ground looks familiar. In fact, I will.
Let's investigate the thing we're closer to
Is Vedva
before
logged in yet?
charging in guns completely.
Vedva can also get a check on this if she wishes. She has. I'm not sure if Vedva's logged in. Oh, you're unmuted now. Are you there? I don't hear her on Discord. She just got off the train, so. Had to do that Sunday afternoon, probably from up north. Okay, I'm going to roll an engineering check for Vedva to assist Sabrina. Between the two of you, you believe the shipwreck is a 500-year-old terraforming craft. It was one of the crafts, one of about 100 that were deployed to this planet when it was unlivable, and they contain a lot of terraforming tech from back in the day to alter the environment. They contain materials to set up power plants, to set up wire relays, set up atmospheric processors, everything. And this one looks like it hit the ground pretty hard. It's cracked in half.
So the other ship, but we'll have to run into the pirates at some point when we leave the planet.
If you people think that any of our old tech would be useful to you if you were going to study it or anything, it's possible that some of it could have survived the wreck. I mean, although it's not in great shape, so I don't know.
I'm of two minds because one, we do need to keep it moving, but two, this is we thought we had found out everything and we hadn't.
The pirates gonna be like a kid in a candy store with this planet. They gonna burn the whole thing to the ground. And Sun Tzu's Art of War dictates that we should engage the nearer and smaller force while so near to it that the shipboard WMDs that they've been using are too close for them to fire on us without hitting their own team. So I think we take out the near team and then move on.
God damn, what is in that local Bible, Peachy? You are just full of surprises.
Randy,
I agree with what you're saying, Peachy.
Randy gave me a reading list and I'm ready to beat some ass.
Just full 1,000-yard stare. Yep.
I think Peachy's right, so we should do whatever he said.
Dropping the ship into the Swamp of Sickness, no question.
You might be able to, if there's enemy personnel on the ground, you might be able to pancake one and burn the rest with the engines.
I'm taking diligent notes, and I pull us in.
Okay.
So are we fighting these people?
Fighting's a term you could use to describe what we're gonna do.
Let's go. Let's go.
Solid fly check. Someone give me, let's see, it should be probably the science officer. Well, no, actually. Yeah, it'll be the science officer. Give me another scan for Matthew, please, from the ship.
Okay, from the ship. Let me open that up again and
just click on the stewardess and go up to the top left and it should be
I just was clicked on myself, so.
Oh, I see. 23. All right. You have scanned the ship, at least the comm channels, to check and see if it's registered. And you both recognize the computer at first thinks that it recognizes this ship. It thinks it saw it 2 weeks ago at the regional spaceport that you departed from. But the name does not match the name it used then. Because the name it used back then was the Dankenstein, according to the ship's logs.
Cool.
And
How surprising is it to see that they lied about their the name of their ship. Is it
Minimally
yeah,
surprised.
no, totally.
Thomas,
Yeah, okay.
you have some experience. You may have served a tour or two of hunting space pirates, and this does fit their MO. Fake IFF signals are sort of their favorite.
And so, is it pretty clear that they followed us here?
Likely.
Okay. So,
or rather, sorry, it was the hot
yeah.
dog 2 weeks ago, and now it is called the Denkenstein.
100%. Well, as far as the Prime Directive is concerned, I do feel like this is our fault. And I pull out my gun, and I'm like, well, let's take care of it.
Okay. The party descends, and one more fly check. You're already in the AO, no problem. I saw your earlier check.
Yeah.
Thomas feels like he has a bead on this thing. It's now that moped that you know so well you can jump and do tricks and rocket through your favorite neighborhood. You've got a real feel for this tub.
So do you want a
one more fly check to land? And how close do you want to land to the shipwreck?
Where exactly is which hex is it?
It is, the shipwreck is going to be in this square here. There is a clear patch of ground to the northeast of the shipwreck. It's kind of in the dead center of the swamp.
Yeah, that's 100% what I want to do. Let's go to the northeast there.
Okay.
If the LZ's hot when we go down, I can drop a wall of fog to give concealment from blaster fire.
My God. Peachy has turned into.
Peachy, what have you been up to when we were
He's
gone?
probably just. I'd assume we've got like some form of manuals on board somewhere that none of us actually looked through, or we've already looked through, and he's just been like killing time reading
through the manuals.
Me
I went
and
to college.
Me and Smucker hung out with Randy a lot, and we asked him all sorts of stuff about ships and fights. He told us about something called Starship Troopers. It sounds awesome. I don't know. It's some old thing.
Just like fully unironically, my guy.
Giving him fascist propaganda.
Yeah, as you guys are talking, you realize that Randy spent a little more time on Beatrice than you might have initially thought, and he was a little more free with space information. Randy may have trampled the Prime Directive in a number
Thomas
of ways.
isn't like great at subtext. Loves Starship Troopers.
That groks. That works. Okay.
Peachy is hanging out near the door into the ship with a wall of fog readied. It's a channeled spell.
Okay. Let me find Peachy's token. I did not expect Peachy to be along for this part of the adventure, so we'll just get you on site.
He totally surprised you.
He kind of did.
Last one alive, lock the door.
You all find a suitable landing place. Matthew, your scanners, as you pass over the shipwreck, see that there is a small 4 to 6 seating hover vehicle parked atop the wreckage on the northeast side. And you guys can approach pretty quickly through the jungle. And as you reach the clearing and the edge of the trees, you see before you a huge shipwreck to the southwest, covered in rust, vines, and the rigors of time. And there is what appears to be a police hover car from what planet you don't know, but it's definitely a police hover car with its blues and twos running, sitting atop the wreckage.
Oh my God, it's those people.
It's the Limp Biscuit.
I hate pigs.
Wow.
He doesn't say that. He doesn't say that.
He might have just said that.
He loves Starship Troopers and hates the cops. Interesting.
Yeah.
A
lot of character development for Peachy.
You know, first impression, I think this is stolen. How likely is it, like with an insight check?
Yeah, give me a, let's see, I think for you, since you have your military skill, I would let you rely on perception or sense motive, frankly.
Let me double check.
Whichever you're better at. You're an
higher.
8 perception and a 6 sense motive. I would say just perceive, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very well taken care of. You can see a number of
Yeah.
dents and scrapes on it, and it looks like it's had some parts replaced. If it is an active police prowler, it's not any department that's very serious.
And why
Cops
would
are
it be all the
super-
way out here?
Yeah, there's no jurisdiction here. Whatever, if it
Yeah,
is
that would be
a
insane.
if it is a cop, they are way outside their lines.
Yeah. So, given they've got this stolen vehicle, is it like sort of common knowledge of what sort of equipment would be aboard to get a sense of like the weapons they might be packing or scanners that are on that ship? Anything.
That little craft, you can just tell from your own experience with it, and Vedfa would suspect this too. Your military background people, you're like, that thing might have a mount or two for a couple of pistols, shotguns. It does not have, say, bombs. It doesn't have very sophisticated scanners. It's just a little troop transport. They probably use it to get to and from the bigger ship that's up in orbit.
Okay. Then I feel pretty secure, like, calling out to everyone, like, weapons drawn, approach carefully. We don't know exactly what's in there, but it's not going to be, like, super deadly. But, definitely be on guard.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's look around.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Did they, like, leave anyone behind?
Doesn't look like it. Looks like they left the engine running, the lights on, and it's just sitting perched up there on the wreckage. And you guys can climb up here with it will be an athletics check, which I know
Oh,
you guys
boy.
love to do.
I'm gonna try.
This time I didn't
Yeah.
do so bad.
Okay.
Damn.
We use our
Oh.
cat skills for
Poor
climbing.
Peachy,
Uh,
no.
Peachy, you're finding this surface very smooth and difficult to climb. It's like deliberately causing you to slip.
Damn it.
Can I help him?
Please do.
What do I do? I guess I'll do a.
You guys got any rope?
Do we? We do.
This is
We
a
should.
rope moment.
We left a couple of them behind when we ran into this exact issue.
Oh, that's true.
Well, dang, I might have chosen elsewise.
Let me just do. I'll do an acrobatics check to see if I can help him.
Okay. It'll be athletics. Acrobatics, you would
athletics.
just sort of inspire him with cartwheels and backflips. But
Oh shit! Okay,
Oh
never
my
mind.
God.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Okay.
Peachy
Yeah,
and
I try to
Matthew
help them.
have sort of tangled themselves up in a long coil of rope at the base of the ship here.
Try to
Fun.
help them.
Yeah, I try to help.
Thomas, I think you just recently picked up a tool that might be of value here.
Yes, I did.
It's a mystery tool that will help us later.
Do I need to roll anything to use
Mystery
it, or can I just
Musketeer.
be like...
Yeah, let's see. It is.
Standing ladder.
Go ahead and make me a. Yeah, it doesn't have a check.
Auto
Just go ahead and
grappler.
make me a athletics check. Wait, which skill are you better at?
Holy
No,
shit.
go ahead and do
Foundry.
your acrobatics, Thomas. Sorry, redo that with acrobatics. Yeah, well, wow. Foundry
wow.
taketh and
Nat
giveth.
1 to nat 20.
He's like, all right, y'all, watch me backflip up onto this shit.
You're just like all like struggling and climbing. I'm just like, oh my fucking god.
Just for reference, if we were at a normal table, Matt would have just thrown one dice down the hallway and be kissing the other one. So you fire the grapnel straight up the side, into the side of the car, puncturing the door. You hear a ka-chunk, and it is quite firmly attached up here to the hover car. And everyone now has a difficulty 5 athletics check to just walk up while pulling the rope.
I
Hell
hold
yeah.
the
I already
end
got
of the
up
gun,
there, though.
let everyone go.
I did it.
I'll go up last.
Didn't me and Matthew already get up there, though?
Easily done. Peachy is headed up the ship, no problem.
I'm gonna see if this damn car's unlocked.
There you go. Now you can go up there.
Can I go up?
Randy told me you should
Yeah,
always
as long as
check
you go up
enemy
here.
vehicles. I got
All right,
anything there?
I'll
Is that a-
give you a hand, Peachy.
What a 19 for getting up there initially.
That ought to do it.
Hooray!
Now I'd like a perception check from everyone in the party when you're in this position.
Got it. 21.
Matthew, from over here, there is a corridor into the center of the ship. There is a door open. And from that doorway, echoing from maybe 100 feet away down that hallway, you just very, very distantly heard, "Fucking shit!"
David
Okay,
Lynch?
it sounds like somebody's in there, you guys. Let's go.
Yep. If your guns
Alrighty.
aren't out already, now's the time.
I'm gonna grab my my
Click,
arc
click.
rifle and hold it on my side.
Are there any visible weapons in the
Ready?
compartment of the police car?
Grenade.
1 second. I think there probably are. Let's see. Peachy, are
Hey,
you looking to
Peachy's gonna
grab a weapon?
Yeah, if the doors are locked, I'm gonna smash a window open with a shovel and take a weapon. I'm tired of this farmer shit.
I love his like complete character development.
Peachy whirls on you and says, "They developed me when they blew up Camp Stoic."
God.
Okay, take
Okay,
it easy,
Peachy,
dude.
I'm going to describe a
Yeah.
couple of weapons here. One looks like a 5-foot-long green thing with a handle that you know it's called a trigger. And you think you've seen these others holding it up to their shoulder like it shoots something out of the end of it. And then the other weapon you see laying there in the car between the seats, not even attached to anything, it's very dangerous, is what you would call like a machete, which is normally used for clearing brush, but instead of a sharp blade, it has a bunch of teeth on a chain and a big red button on the handle.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Which one of
Fancy.
these here off-worlders looks like the beater?
That'd be Vedva.
Well, I flip her the chainsaw if she wants it.
She's already
yeah.
carrying a huge two-handed weapon of her people and the Thrune blade.
All right, well, I'll take the shoulder stick.
You take the
I'll
shoulder
take it.
stick.
I'll take the weapon.
Yeah.
I've got a little pistol, but I can take the weapon.
Kitchima, you want the chainsaw sword?
Here you go, Fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
Thanks,
Oh
man.
my god. First we got cat as like a prerogative noun.
Derogatory, yeah.
Derogatory, and then now we got
Look,
fuzzy.
everyone needs their art.
Fuzzy. Is Fuzzy better than
Term of
Cat?
endearment.
Fuzzy is like a cute, like
Fuzzy's
term
cute.
of endearment.
It's definitely
Okay.
affectionate.
Well, Cat is
Definitely condescending.
Not that
Ugh.
affectionate makes it okay, but you know.
yeah. Okay.
It's not
Well,
aggressive.
I'm his cat,
Okay.
so
And he's
Okay.
your monkey.
yeah, he's my monkey.
He's your ape.
Anyway, yes.
He's your bonobo.
That's right. Didn't we? Yeah,
Oh my
that's what
God.
we decided
Yeah,
last time. Is humans.
we said that humans were bonobos.
Yeah.
So
Fairly advanced bonobos, but anyway.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Wait, you're whose cat? I'm confused now.
I was just making a joke. I'm
nobody's cat.
right.
Okay.
I'm Space U's cat. Technically. Anyway.
So we are going to roll initiative. We are probably going to have to pause this combat soon because I have to start soon, but we'll at least get that far. If you would look up by your chat button at the top right, there is cross swords. And if you right-click the cross swords, you'll pop out your combat tracker.
Yay, rolled a 19.
I don't remember how to roll initiative.
Fair enough. Pop open that combat tracker,
I
which is
did.
the cross swords, and then there is a 20-sided dice next to your name in the list. You might have to scroll down.
Did I do it? Oh, I did it.
Yep. Vedva has rolled, although your token's still named Dreamer. Sorry about that. I'll fix that.
Okay. Space Chad. Interesting.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Decided
And-
to be Space Chads.
Me and Peachy established a bond. We're ready to go. right next to each other.
Hell yeah.
Time to plow.
Time
So we
to
used to
plow?
say when-
That's his
That's
the
a
whole
farmer
farmer
battle
mantra.
cry?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't imply
his
anything else.
catchphrase.
Okay.
No, not at all.
It implies that your enemies are chaff and you are the mighty wheat.
Okay. So the space Chad turned. You hear someone yelling, many curse words from inside. You hear, fucking shit, there's somebody outside.
Well, they sound like they have an accent from this planet.
No, just everybody that's a stranger to you. It's a southern accent. And then let's see.
That makes sense.
We'll see if we can get through one round before we pause today, okay?
Okay.
Let's do
All right.
Matthew's turn.
Can I take...
Yeah.
I guess I'll go into the hallway, and
Okay.
then I'll just go in here.
Yeah.
And do I see anybody? I don't think I do.
Wait a minute.
But I
What
have
was
my...
your...
I have my...
Hang on, we didn't
I'm
hear
like-
Matthew's hype track. Let's try that again. That's the space
Oh,
Chad.
yeah.
Hair slick, sick fish, she call me Chairman Mao. GF started duffel, now she's saying Matthew.
Matthew, wow.
Matthew, wow. Okay.
Yes.
You are running into the ship. I will remind you that you are technically the group's wizard leading the charge.
Well, I was closest to the door, so...
All right. All
Here we
right.
go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's your second character gonna be?
I want him to be a bug guy, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. Matthew, you run in there. You can also cast a spell if there's any sort of prep spells or
Okay.
defensive spells you want to put up.
see.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
you
think
have
I'm gonna
any-
do. I have. What's this proximity alert?
It is
Oh,
warding
never
an
mind.
area. It's more defensive.
So I don't have. I have mending, but that's like after the fact.
Okay. Well, I'd say you move in and you
let
take
me-
out your rifle so you're armed.
Yeah, I'm ready. I've got my rifle in my hand.
Okay. Then we'll do a Vedva turn. Vedva.
All right. Bedfoot's going to go immediately follow Matt. It's not going to leave him by himself,
Yay!
you know.
Hell yeah. You go
Supporting.
rushing down the hall.
Yes.
Vedva, roll me a perception check.
All right. Let's see.
Bros support bros.
Yes.
At the very end of the hall, you see what looks like a human male wearing armor with a number of different originations. It's definitely built into several things. He has a chain sword on his back and a rifle which he is reaching for and pointing down the hall. And when he sees you see him, he turns and gives you the finger and mouth, "Fuck you."
Oh,
What a
that
badass.
fucking asshole.
Big
Now
ass
it's-
titties.
It's a Space Chad turn. This Space Chad runs in the hall. He already has his weapon out, and he fires.
Oh.
Fires down the hall at Vedva.
Oh.
And let's see, Vedva, your EAC is 13, so he hits you for 7, which comes
Darn.
off your stamina bar first.
Big
And it's
ass
another
titties.
Space Chad turn. This one jumps in the hallway ahead of you. Didn't even know he was that close to you, but he's very close. And he pulls his chainsword and sprints down the hall, trying to chainsword Matthew into pieces.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Did he get me?
Your EAC is 15, so yeah, he brings this chainsword around, cuts straight into your armor. You see little pieces fleck off of it and sparks go flying, and you feel it cut into your flesh just a little beneath the armor. It's quite terrifying.
Ouch.
Ah, shit.
Sabrina's
That
turn.
hurt.
I would like to follow them into the hallway.
Okay.
And am I close enough where I could try to fire at the one that's attacking with
Totally.
the pistol?
You can fire your
Cool.
pistol from back there.
Awesome.
Okay, that is... Oh, roll attack first.
Okay.
You can keep that damage, though.
I'm clicking attack and it's doing
Oh,
damage.
wow.
I don't know why.
Oh, that is the attack. I'm stupid. Since I screwed it up, I'll give you the second roll. That is actually a 20. Now go ahead and click the little red damage button, please.
All right.
Good lord. All right. That is Minimal, and click the damage button one more time because you do double damage. So, you blast this man. You see Matthew, as he's slashing into you with the chainsword, you hear a thundering boom from just shortly behind you, and a ridiculously loud 500-year-old relic of a weapon, an oversized caliber originally meant for an anti-aircraft rifle, fit into a pistol. As Sabrina fires this into it, you see a huge explosion of blood fly out the back of this man, and he stumbles backward a foot in absolute shock and looks down at his armor. He is still on his feet, but very, very wounded.
Big ass titties.
I look at him and I go, ha ha.
Hell yeah, Sabrina.
Peachy.
That helps.
Oh, hell yeah.
Peachy's ready to kick some ass.
Base move of 30. Can I jump?
You can
or
get
like
over
slide
him.
over the hood of the car? Okay, I get over there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you do the move. You slide over the hood of the cop car like you're in an 80s movie with your rifle and aim your rifle down the hall. Take your shot.
Hang on.
Oh, is it not equipped? You have to actually... Let me do this. Now it's going to have the buttons.
Hang on, I'm measuring my distance here. I want to get a little closer. The token of the car is messing me up.
Oh,
there we go.
You're fine.
All right.
You can get that far. You guys were all milling around that area. Thank you for being strict on your movement, though.
Sure.
That hits a 13 EAC, and he is slightly better than that. So Peachy's shot goes a little wide, strikes the wall next to the man.
Holy shit, this thing's awesome.
Kitchima.
All right. I've got my gun.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get in a little closer, see if I can get a better shot from instead of where I am.
Move it on up.
And I'm
You can get
also
up.
gonna be like,
Okay.
I'm gonna be like in the doorway in case they start firing back at me, so I can maybe dodge easier.
Sure.
Okay. And I'm gonna fire at the space chads.
Get him.
What do I do?
Under your equipment, you should have, I think you picked up a Graviton pistol.
I do.
There it is. And then go ahead and click that attack button that appeared in chat. That will miss, but close. Almost got him. You just got unlucky there. This hallway's getting crowded. It's getting kind of hard to hit these guys. Thomas. Thomas, you can
Yes.
get up to here with a move. It's a little more, but you were close enough. You're looking down this hallway, and it looks like pure chaos to you.
So,
People are just firing down it.
You know, my team, I can't imagine why. They didn't really trust me a whole lot to give me weapons at various instances, so I'm still rocking the stun pistol and a frag grenade. Neither of them really make sense, but I did take a closer look at the auto grappler, and an idea crept into Thomas's mind. You're right, things are crammed in there, but you know what would really help? Hitting one of these dudes with a grappling hook and taking my foot, stomping down on that line, and making them face plant at Matthew's feet.
I'll do you one better, Thomas. As you have that idea, you realize that the other end of the cable from your auto grappler is attached to the police car, and it has a reel-in function.
Is it possible to get that back and fire off a shot?
No, you can leave that attached to the police car, fire the other end of the reel into the target, and then hit the winch button.
Oh, I
and
didn't
it will
realize
pull
it could
them
do
together.
that. Okay, hell yeah, it is two threads essentially.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sick.
Oh,
Let's do
hell
that.
yeah.
So go ahead and take a shot with your stun pistol just to see how accurate you are, but we'll understand you're firing the auto grappler, and I will.
Really fun.
Oh my god. Thomas, I don't know how you did it, but Peachy, Thomas says, hold still, and he lays this weird gun with an arrow and a rope on your shoulder, braces on you, waits for the ebb and flow of combat of Matthew and Vedva and Sabrina to just perfectly line up, and you hear a And this rope, you feel it rip across your shoulder, fires all the way down the hall and sinks into this nearest enemy, straight into the hole punched in his armor by Sabrina's gigantic handgun. You have it attached.
Excellent.
Thomas, all you need is a basic engineering check to activate the winch. You hit the button and you see it seize up and the wire goes taut to the police car to your left. You quickly move your hand out of the way so it doesn't rip your fingers off. The other end goes taut. It hits Sabrina, Vedva, and Matthew. I'd like a reflex save from Sabrina, Dreamer, Vedva, and Matthew. Okay. This is not a difficult reflex save for you.
Do I?
That's actually enough.
Okay.
If anybody rolls a 1, they're getting caught up in this shit. So
Why
just
didn't
don't
I?
roll a 1.
Okay.
Oh, you rolled
Are
a
you
1.
fucking kidding me?
Oops. We can't
Well,
have nice things.
So, Thomas, what
We're
you get
F-team.
is a space Chad and a 7-foot lizard woman ripping down the hall while attached to a winch. Kitchima already said she positioned flat up against the wall, so she watches this fucking cannonball go by. It's the beginning of Indiana Jones, and it just... And you see Vedva glare straight into your eyes, Thomas, as she gets pulled past you back to the police car. And Thomas, would
Is there
you...
anything that any of us can do in the moment to maybe prevent Vedva from getting caught up in this?
Sure. Make me a strength check.
Cool. Yes. Avoid the problem before it gets back.
Where is that?
It is under your abilities button at the top left, or if you're in your character sheet and click on strength itself. Sabrina. Pretty good. I'm going to let Sabrina, what would you like to do with your strength check? You see that maybe you can grab the line and shake Vedva loose of it before she gets dragged all the way down the hall.
Yeah, I would try that.
Okay, I will allow you to do that. Matthew, you just get knocked down and pulled backwards 5 feet by this chaos. You have no say in it. Kitchima, you're about to grab the line and you realize it might rip your thumb off and you decide against that. Sabrina, you very quickly catch using your indestructible, incredibly oversized pistol. What is it called? The Boris. The Boris heavy pistol. You push on the line with Boris, and then as Vedva comes by, you essentially kick her and slam her into the opposite wall so she is free of the line. She doesn't take much damage from that. You guys have been in fights before. She sort of looks at you thankfully as you do this and save her from getting slammed all the way back into the police car. And Matt Thomas can do into chat, because there's no function for this in Foundry, do /R space 2d6, and that is the crushing damage this poor man takes from being slammed into the cop car by the winch.
Thanks, Doc.
It's going to be a 5, which is...
He is pinned against the car by the auto grapple winch. You do not have in your hand right now. It is pinning him to the car, and he slams his head a couple times on the way. He is dazed and semi-conscious and looks up at the car, and he's so confused by what just happened. He looks up at the lights of the car and goes, "Fucking pigs!" And it will be this next Space Chad. And this Space Chad moves down the hallway, and because he is a man of honor, a warrior of discipline and training, he sees Matthew laying on the ground, knocked down by the incident that just happened, and he decides to fire upon you. And he rolls.
I cursed myself by saying I wanted to die last night.
Matthew, unfortunately, you are going to take 9 damage as he crits you for double damage.
I am in bad shape, you guys. I'm gonna die.
You still have your hit points. In this game, player characters have their stamina points that get hit first, and then you have your hit points. But you are almost in your hit points, which means you're almost taking mortal injuries.
Anyone can heal me. That'd be cute.
In this game, when you're reduced to 0 hit points, are you unconscious, and then you have to get to con to die?
Begin dying, yeah. When you get below 0, you begin dying, similar to 5e. Okay. Tim says we have time for one more turn, but if anybody needs to leave right now, we'll pause. We can try to zip through one more turn.
Let's do one more turn.
One more turn.
Okay, we're gonna do it.
Big ass titties.
Space Chads are coming down the hall. You hear half a dozen running feet, yelling, threatening, spitting curses at all of you. Fucking off-world plebs. Wreck these stupid farmers.
Hair slick, sick fish, she call me Chairman Mao. GF started duffel, now she's saying Matthew, wow.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to shoot my my arc rifle at the nearest Space Chad.
Okay.
And I guess I just hit attack.
Yeah, and then click attack, and if it's
And
good
then-
enough, then we'll roll damage. 15 against his EAC, that hits. So you can click the
Okay.
red damage button. You rolled basically potato, and it didn't add in
shit.
your specialization. I'll fix that in a second. You basically did a
Okay.
total of 6. You see the arc rifle, just a line of blue light come out of it, and a little mini crackle of thunder as you blast him in the chest, getting past his armor, melting off one of his chest plates. Vedva,
Excellent.
All
you're
right.
still in the combat zone, despite Batman trying to reel you off the building.
Let's go. All right. So, what to do? What to do? Can I take a swing at them with the
You
blade that I picked
can-
up earlier?
You can do what's called a charge maneuver. And Vedva will be very dangerous with the Thrune blade. She's also very dangerous with her cultural weapon, which is the Dashko.
I'll go with
It
that
is a
instead.
huge two-handed axe that her people revere.
You know what? I'm gonna charge at them. You know, I'm a little upset that I kind of got thrown back a little, so I'm gonna use that momentum with my axe.
And Vedva, you've had many discussions with Sabrina on the fact that Sabrina's saying you don't need to carry around a 35-pound lamppost just because your culture says you do. You'll never need a two-handed axe. Modern combat is fought with ranged weapons and lasers and spaceships and diplomacy. That's just silly. And then, so you kind of lock eyes with her and go, as you run by with your giant, brutal two-handed axe. And you can
Shrug.
you can zip all the way down the hall.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Maybe there is a time and place, you know.
Okay.
That time and place is right now.
And then
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
go into your equipment and activate the Dashko. And click attack. That definitely hits. You can hit damage.
Oh.
You
Damn.
slam into this space Chad, this brutal pirate who is firing on your downed wizard, and you slash across his chest, ripping his armor and some of his body apart, and he falls to the ground dead.
Oh.
Nailed it.
Let's
Big
go.
ass titties.
And the next space Chad goes, "Holy fuck, one of them's got an axe!" And he shoots. That will, let me see if this hits you. That will hit. Your energy AC is not that good. You take 5. I'll apply that to your stamina points. You're okay though. Vedva's a tough chick.
Big ass titties.
Thomas, you're watching this man attempt to extract himself from what you've done. He can't. He struggles, and you see the rope is around one of his arms, his legs, and he's pinned to the cop car. And he's like, "Fucking pigs, don't tase me, bro. You can't do this. I'm a sovereign citizen. Your laws don't apply to me." That's his turn. Sabrina.
Incredible.
As
Great
far
turn.
as healing, I have mending. Does that only work on objects, or can I use it on people?
It mends objects. Sabrina knows this
Okay.
about herself. She is better at repairing technology than people.
Fair. Sorry, Matthew. I'd like to help, but can't at the moment. Gonna go forward and try to help Vedva.
Okay.
You can go.
Totally fine. You can move that far and still
25.
fire if you wish.
Okay. Where is my? Oh. I'm trying to get my gun pulled back up. Come here, Boris. All right.
Okay, that is an 18. You definitely hit. Go ahead and click damage for me.
Okay.
And yeah, there's your damage. You
My rolls are
wing
just
this
not
guy.
very
Yeah, it bounces off of his shoulder plate, goes a little astray, but it definitely hurt him.
Oh,
As you blast him, you kind of turn his body 90 degrees, and he goes, "Fuck!"
Big ass titties.
Another one steps around the hallway and fires at the very intimidating Vedva. And that is a crit again.
Bad guys can't not crit.
Bad guys love to crit. Vedva takes a crit for 9, but she's still not out of stamina points because she is a beefy warrior. Peachy Jansen.
Any combatants look real hurt? This guy by the car, is he hurt?
The guy by the car is real hurt. He is completely immobilized also.
Let's see. Yeah, Peachy shoulders the rifle, holds a hand out to the guy by the car, and says, "Behold thy own sin."
Oh my god!
And casts Mind Thrust, meaning
God.
he can make a DC 14 will save or take 2d10 psychic damage as psychic information pours over him at an incredible rate.
He fails. You may roll damage.
The screams of 1,000 dead Beatricians pour over him into his mind and overwhelm him.
Dude.
Just like full panic stare.
Peachy.
Oh, for real. Oh my god.
You guys hear, all of you, even from inside, you hear from behind you, "Goddamn pigs, you ain't got nothing." And it goes very suddenly silent.
Oh.
Ugh.
I got
Glad we've adopted Peachy.
I got one.
Congrats,
Let me just
Good
enter
job.
that. I got
Proud of you, Peachy.
Thank you.
Peachy. Okay. Kitchima. You've
All
just
right.
avoided some sort of circus acrobat incident where people got slid down the hall by a cable. What would you like to do?
Can I have a chain sword.
Yeah. You want to try it out?
I do.
You can run down the hall. I'll give you a charge. You will have -2 AC for the turn, but you'll get +2 to hit them, and you'll be able to run all this way and still attack.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Hell yeah. The crew, you all watch as your cultural liaison, your diplomat, your field tactician, Kitchima, raises a spinning and pushes the button and activates a chain sword over her head and sprints down the hallway into combat. This is called Outreach. You may attack. Go ahead and click attack. Let's see how you do. Holy sh... Okay. You can click damage twice.
Oh.
Nat 20, baby.
Yep.
Wow.
Feels like there's been a lot of 20s this combat already.
And a lot of ones.
That's true. Kitchima, when you can, click damage for me 2 times. Oh my god,
Oh
good.
my God.
Really good on damage twice.
Here's a war, say what?
You guys see
Kicking ass.
you see your diplomat run down the hall, bounce off one of the walls, leap over Vedva, spit on the dead body of the space Chad, and launch herself into the next one with the spinning chainsaw first, driving it straight into his heart, killing him immediately.
Holy shit.
You are a badass, Kitchima.
Oh.
Doing great.
Oh my god, that was epic.
Hell yeah.
Nice roll.
Presumably down the hallway, like Thomas can see none of this, so he just calls out, "How we doing?
Well,
you all
Thomas,
good down there?"
Now, Thomas, you're a soldier, and so you have a sort of clarity. While all this is going on, some of them are very clearly just blacking out and in fight or flight mode. You're looking down the hall, and you see the cultural liaison sprint down the hallway with a chainsword, and
This is
then
what
you see a
get for
splatter.
fucking with my research.
Oh my god! Someone's had a thesis defense ready to go there. And you see blood splatter hitting the ceiling, and here's Kitchima clearly laughing maniacally. So you think it's going okay?
Guys, we
in
were
View
demented as
Behind
hell
Is
2
Dead,
rounds in.
I just kind of like take a deep breath, and I'm just gonna take my full movement down the hall. I'm not like in any
Sure.
particular rush, but
Sure.
I'm also not in a great position to do anything at this exact moment.
There are weapons available to you. The man who died that you auto grappled to the police car has
Yeah.
on his back. He dropped his rifle, but he does have a chainsword.
Take my rifle, Tomas. That grapnel shot was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Appreciate you. Yeah, no argument there. I'll take the.
You want the rifle?
Take your rifle. And if I have that, you know, what would be the difficulty on taking the shot from here and taking out the last dude?
Let's see. Let me get you.
Or is it
the
not
rifle.
even worth it with my party? Or, you know, actually, we shouldn't kill him. We need to interrogate someone.
You got a point there.
Yeah, no, if I have the clarity of this situation, I'll take the rifle, but you know, I would like to with like some sort of what am I looking for? Persuasion or something. I'm looking for the exact.
I can
skill
see
that
more
would
of
know
them.
that.
There's more of them that are still hiding. From where I am, my vision, I can see another one.
And would I be privy to that information?
You can tell by Kitchima's posture, insane as it is, with a chainsword splattering blood across her face, that she is looking around the corner, and you know, she may or may not have pointed around the corner and made a throat-slitting gesture to someone that's out of your line of sight.
Got it. So I'm going to take my movement, which is... Sorry, this was just a lot of information to clarify as the situation changed here. Let me double check what my movement. It's 40 feet.
Yeah, you have a lot of movement. You're pretty good to...
Each square is 5. So
Yep. You can
yeah,
go
I'll
all the
take
way
my
past
full
Matthew.
movement. Nope, also not right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. I was just in front of Matthew, I think. And from here, yeah, Peachy, if you want to give me that rifle, I'll
You've
take
got
a
it.
shot.
Peachy handed it to you.
Racket and rocket.
Cool.
Peachy, you want this man's chainsword?
It's 21.
I guess.
All else you got is your shovel. You gave away your rifle.
I got 2 more castings of Mind Thrust.
That will hit if you've got a target, Thomas. You can roll damage.
Yeah, it would be
It's a good shot.
right here.
Okay. You blast this man down the hall. He looks pretty seriously wounded by that.
Big ass titties.
Another space Chad. Thomas, you see this man come around the corner, or actually Kitchima. Kitchima's the only one who can actually have an angle to see this. You see a man come around the corner and turn like he's looking down a staircase and go, "Hey, y'all, these farmers are dangerous as fuck. Get on up here." God damn it. And more space Chads join the fray. And we will pause there because Timothy has to catch a plane in St. Louis and we got to get going. Thank you all for
He's
playing.
full naming me.
Big ass titties.
So next time, let's see, we will start at the top of the round with this Space Chad's turn. Okay?
Alright.
Hey, fun.
Good job, everybody, and see you in 2 weeks.
Alrighty.
For real.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Good fight. Thanks for running, Toby.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.